Welcome to the Five Things Podcast. My name is Shawn. I am joined this week by a new guest that I would like you to help me welcome. Hello, Chris.
Hi, everybody.
Chris is Archer290 on YouTube. He is a frequent commenter and watches probably most of my videos. Is that a correct assessment?
Pretty much everything.
You show up just about everywhere, which is pretty much what happened with Carter before him and I started working together.
And here we are doing this now.
So this is what happens if you talk to me enough on YouTube. I will bug you to come do something for me.
Well, to be fair, I volunteered.
Chris commented on one of the podcasts approaching the hiatus, and he said, hey, if you need someone to talk to, and I emailed him, and I was like, wait, are you serious? Can you come talk to me? Please talk to me?
My phone doesn't even send me the email for 4 days. I feel terrible. I'm like, oh my God, he really wants me. This is awesome. 4 days late.
Your phone doesn't send you the email. Okay, so now we should immediately switch to a gadget conversation. What kind of phone do you have that's not delivering you your emails?
I have a Droid Bionic, and I put this easy battery saver app on it. And what happens is when the battery gets really low, or it dings at me, hey, you have 20% left, and then it gets down like you have 10 or 5, it shuts off my data feed.
Oh.
Yeah, and the problem is it doesn't, when you charge the phone, it doesn't turn it back on. So this app is like, oh, I'm saving your battery. This is great. I'm like, oh, this is wonderful. I go 4 days without emails.
It only knows how to kill things. It doesn't know how to bring them back.
Yeah, it doesn't turn them back on at all. Then I fix them, like, okay, I'll do it this way. And I think it's fixed, and my battery gets low again one day. And no, that same didn't work. So I'm trying all these different directions to make sure I get my emails.
I don't know if I should... I don't think I've ever really used a task manager or a power saver on my cell phone.
Yeah, I just did because the way it is for work is that when I'm on call, I get a lot of pages through the day. And the original battery that came in the phone would maybe last half a day. So I was like, I need something to last me more than half a day. I'm on call.
Right.
And I got that, and it got me through a day. And I thought, well, I should get a bigger battery just in case when I'm on like 18, 24-hour calls. And I got the bigger battery, and now it lasts me like 2 days, which is great. Except for when I don't really charge it at night sometimes. I'm like, oh, I have no battery now, and I also get no emails.
My wife has a friend who has one of the giant phones that he just carries around extra batteries for in his pockets, which I think is kind of weird.
Yeah, I have extra batteries. I haven't had to carry them yet. I'm hoping I don't have to, because it's a pain to take that phone apart.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just got a new phone, actually. I got the Galaxy S3 that you see an advertisement for every 5 seconds on TV.
Absolutely.
I really like it. The battery is very easy to get in and out if I wanted to do that. But my major complaint, and it is a trend with cell phones now that I really don't like, is how big it is. It's just really big.
Yeah, I actually use the hip clip. Is that what you even call it? A hip clip? Sounds weird. Hip clip. Yeah, it's the clip that I put. I just wear on my waist. I'm like, okay, at least now it's easy to access because I'm constantly getting pages. And when I'm not getting pages, I'm getting tweets. And I've cut a lot of people down, except you, obviously.
Aw.
I do. I go like, Chris, what you get? I was like, you don't want to know. And I'm just sitting there happy going, I can't wait to go home and watch video XYZ.
So, okay, you work in the medical industry.
Yes.
You're a new hire, as it is?
Yes.
And you don't want to, as I understand it, you're not willing to give out free medical advice, so I can't ask you about this mole on my back?
Well, you're an exception.
Okay. I'll shoot a video of my irregular mole. That might be a little weird.
You'd be surprised what people ask me.
So you obviously watch a lot of video game videos. What are your own video game habits like? Because Carter, I don't think he has much time for video games playing them. He mostly just watches them.
Yeah, I do a little of both. I try and make time to play. So I started playing video games at age 7. Got the original NES, Old Faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Played that. Had a Super Nintendo. I bought my own Nintendo 64. I actually got it because of a bet with my dad based on how many people were going on a camping trip. Yeah, seriously. And I bet all the money I had saved up for the system, which was half. Well,
You're doubling down on this.
I did. And I was like, no, Dad, there are 23 people coming on this trip. He's like, no, there's only 22. I was like, Dad, there's 23. And this was the whole talk back from Elmira, New York, the whole way back down to here.
Hey, I've been to Elmira. That's funny.
Oh, yeah. And we get home, and I'm sleeping in the car. And he wakes me up. He goes, I wake up. He goes, oh, yeah, you're worried, aren't you? I said, no, I'm not just making my money come back faster while I'm sleeping because I'll wake up closer to home. Get home. He pulls out the list, man. 23 people. Doubled my money, got my system, couldn't be happier.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I got that. Then what else did I buy? I bought my own PlayStation 2 at one point. Then I got my PlayStation 3. Kind of sold those. Didn't really play on that much anymore. I got the Xbox, and that's kind of taken over a lot of my gaming now.
You're on the 360?
Oh, yeah.
Do you have one of the newer ones, or do you have the old white one?
I had the when it changed to gray is when I got into Xbox.
Okay.
And then I gave that one to my brother, and because I'm a nice guy, and I got the slim for me.
I'm still on the first iteration. My first one died after I tried to bake it. Did you ever get the red ring thing and have to bake it?
I have not gotten the Ring of Death, thank God.
I got I got a Xbox 360 within the first 6 months, I think. And no, it was about a year after it came out because it was when the first Halo game came out for it. Mm-hmm. And that one died a couple years later, and I did the thing where you basically bake it internally. You wrap it in a towel and run it.
Yes, I've heard of this. I've never actually seen it perform.
It did save it for a couple months. It worked for another like 2 or 3 months, and then it was too bad that it couldn't keep working. So I bought another one.
Nice.
But I still don't have one of the slim ones, which I really like the look and how quiet they are.
Oh, they're so quiet, and it's nice because I got the big hard drive and I installed the games on them, and it's so nice. You just put the disc in, it runs for 1 second, and it doesn't run anymore.
Right.
Yeah, because my brother doesn't like to install them for some reason, so I'm like, I go downstairs, my system's there, his system's sitting on a different TV over in the corner, and like I sit down, like, what's that? And I try to look, I just hear his system going crazy. I'm like, and I walk over, I look, and the TV's off, so I turn on the TV. There's Madden paused right in the middle of the game, and the score's like 106 to like nothing. I'm like come on.
Just finish the game.
Yeah, it's like fourth quarter with like a minute left. I'm like, really? You left it on all night for that?
Yeah, as soon as I had the option to start installing games, I started doing that. I'm all for digital distribution. I would never buy a boxed game unless I had to.
Yeah, I try and get all the digital ones I can too.
Although it has been a long time since I actually bought a game for my 360 that was not just an arcade game.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did I buy? I bought 2 games recently. I bought the GoldenEye Reloaded one.
Okay. Yeah, I really wanted that, but I didn't get it.
Yeah, it's not the same as the Nintendo 64 one as much as I hoped for. Some of the levels are named the same, but like the facility, like it's not even close.
Oh no, but the facility was my favorite level.
Me too, because the thing drive my brother nuts all the time. They would play me 3-on-1 handicapped in the Nintendo 64 GoldenEye. 3-on-1, and I would crush them every time. And how much times they ganged up on me. And what I would do, especially the facility, they would never play me there because I knew every spawn point and how to get to everyone quick. And I would just proxy mine every spot.
Yep, proximity mines are where it's at.
Blowing up and keep going.
I would always go back up into the chute, which would mess up my friends. I would run away from them and go up there and they didn't know how to get up there.
Yeah. So the little, what was it? You had to crouch and you had to see.
You had to use the camera.
Yeah. And spin up and you popped up all of a sudden.
It was really funny to watch because you wouldn't just pop. It looked like you would pop up there, but you would actually like float out of the toilet.
Yeah. The toilet dance, as we called it. You spin around. Hey.
I didn't get a Nintendo 64 until my parents lifted their ban on video game electronics in the house.
Yeah, I remember you saying that in one of your vlogs, I think it was.
Yeah, so the first system that I bought was my original Xbox, and I bought that and then immediately bought a PS2 and a GameCube because it was like the first summer I had a real job and my parents said I could buy video games, so I just went crazy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have quite the collection downstairs. And up here. I have stuff up here, too. They're not all in the same spot anymore.
What about the Game Boy line?
I had the original Game Boy. And just like everybody else's, my screen got the black lines in it so badly that you couldn't even play games anymore.
I actually have an original one that has no lines on it.
Really?
Yep. I should pull it out and show it on camera. It's in my closet. I just saw it today.
That's awesome.
I think it still works. I haven't turned it on in a couple years, but the last time I did it, it worked.
Wow, that's great. Yeah, I sold all my games. I got the Game Boy Color at one point. I'm trying to think of what else I had. I think I got the I forget what the pack thing was called for the 64 where you could play your Game Boy games on the 64. It was the thing that went in the bottom of the controller.
Of course it did.
Yeah, it was like these are things huge. I played some games like that for a while, and then I had, of course, I have a GameCube still. No, we disconnected it because we got the Wii, and the Wii plays those games, so
right.
We just controllers, and we still play like Smash Brothers and everything on that for the old games too. I got a lot of video game systems.
Yeah, we eventually sold our Wii, but I don't think we'll ever sell the 64.
Oh, I'm never getting rid of my 64. That is too classic. We still pull it out and play GoldenEye.
I need to find someone. When I went down to Virginia to see Carter, I almost took it with us, but we wouldn't have had time anyway, just so that I could play someone in GoldenEye. Because my wife, yeah.
Yeah, that's why my brother and my cousin constantly will play against me. And even to this day, they are both 21 years old, and I'm 29, and I still kick their butt. And they're still get mad about it.
They're just waiting for your reflexes to slow down someday.
Yeah, they're like, Chris, we're going to beat you today. I was like, yeah, okay, right. I haven't played this game in like 2 years. Bring it. And I still destroy them.
Alicia and I are going to be doing a podcast next week where we're going to be talking about our Emmy picks and stuff.
Nice.
Are there any Emmy contenders that you have anything in the game for?
I have nothing to contribute. Sorry.
Your video game exclusive?
Not exclusive, just I'm the kind of person who isn't good with names. So I like see actors and actors. I'm like, oh, that person, right? They're in this and this and this, but I can't ever put a name to people.
Gotcha. I drive my wife nuts because I'll recognize a person. I'll be like, oh, I saw them in a music video that one time that they're in the thing.
Yeah, that's how I am. We actually, at work, they had a movie for us that we watched. It was Big Miracle, the one about the saving the whales up in Alaska back in like the late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah.
And the guy from The Office was in the movie. And that's exactly what I said.
The guy from The Office.
Yeah, I go, that's the guy from The Office. It's like, I love that show. That was like all I could come up with.
It's Jim, right?
Yeah, and that's all I could do. That's the most I got out of it. I was like, I don't know his name. I really should. I mean, of all places, I'm from Scranton, and I don't know the guy's name.
That's right. You do. Is there like an Office, like... What is Scranton like since The Office? Is there like a aura of, like, we're part of that show in Scranton?
Oh yeah, because the opening clips is Scranton.
Right.
It's the actual city. The sign that signed the original says "Welcome to Scranton" was the original sign when they recorded it. They change it like every season now, but the building they doctored up to make it look a little bit better. They made it like all white. It doesn't look that white in real life, but I know that building. My pediatric dentist was actually in there, so I knew that building. I was like, so it sounds like, wait a minute, I know that building, and It was funny because when the show originally came out, I was on, I think, medical school interviews back then. And I would talk to people, and they'd be like, so where are you from? I'm like, oh, I'm from the Scranton area. They're like, the Scranton? I'm like, oh, no. I'm like, yeah. He goes, like, The Office Scranton? Yeah. And then I get this one. That's real?
That's
like, no,
what?
making this up. Then they want to come up and they want me to take them on tours and show them the office and all these spots. And
Because the actual show, like the interiors, that's not shot there, right?
No, just
It's probably
they only
shot
did
in
a couple
L.A.
things up there. Yeah, they've done a couple things here. I don't even think that the one, I forget what season it is, where they went on the boat
Right?
and they gave Dwight the fake wheel to steer the ship.
Yeah.
You say, I don't even think that was on Lake. I think they said that was Lake Manola in the show, or the Wallenpaupack. I think they made it was Wallenpaupack. Like they even shoot that there. So they do some stuff. They came up, I think, for a couple things up here, but there's still like office stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I would just imagine that there would be like a bus tour or something.
I don't even know if we have that. I know.
Okay, well then there's a market that you should really think about getting into.
I really should, but I know like every year our the college up here makes shirts for like the St. Patrick's Day Parade, which is like the big thing up here. It's the St. Patrick's Day Parade, and they make like Dunder Mifflin T-shirts, and some of the office people came up one year for it, which was cool. And like I guess now the show's ending. I guess this is the last season from what I saw in the newspaper up here.
Oh, I didn't know that it was definitely the last season.
I think so, because I saw something that, because like, what caught my attention was the Dwight bobblehead picture on the newspaper, and I thought, I have that at home. And I looked at it, and it said something about, I didn't get a chance to read it because I was on call and I got paged, but.
I follow Rainn Wilson on Twitter because he's hilarious. That's who plays Dwight, in case you're like, that guy.
Yeah, I was like, no, that name's familiar. I'm like, I can't place it.
And he's really funny because like over the summer or whatever, when he's on break from the office, he usually grows a beard and he'll take pictures for Twitter, and he's got a YouTube page now, Soul Pancake. And he's a very normal but still weird and kind of funny person. And last week or the week before, he was headed back to production on the show, and he tweeted a picture of the wardrobe guy like shaving off his beard, and
nice.
The caption of the picture was just like, "He returns" or something.
That's awesome.
And you can just see he's wearing this face that is like the Dwight face.
That is great.
Did you ever watch I feel like you have to ask this question. Did you ever watch the UK original?
I saw some episodes on Twitter, but not Twitter, YouTube. But I only watched a couple of them.
I think that where it was set in the original was kind of a similar situation. Like, it was a city like Scranton that would be like, even people in England would be like, wait, that's a real place?
Yeah.
It's just a town. It's just like a normal, everyday town.
Oh, yeah. No, it's not a big town at all, but yet somehow, like, even on, like, the maps, it's like, you know, like the big view maps, it's somehow on Pennsylvania, I'm sure you've seen it, it's Scranton, Harrisburg, Philadelphia, and like Pittsburgh are the only spots marked on it. Right. And we always seem to make it on the map. And I'm like, hey, how about that? We're on the map.
Way to go. Yeah, I feel like every time I drive north to any spots in the Northeast corridor, I end up driving through Scranton. I just have to.
Yeah, you pretty much have to, because 81 comes right up through there. 476 from Philadelphia comes up and stops in my hometown.
I think it stops at everyone's town.
Yeah, and then you have to get on 81 anyway to go wherever you want to. It's like we're a big interchange up here. It's all because of the anthracite coal we have.
Oh, okay. So let's do a coal discussion now. Chris and I live in what's called coal country.
Oh, yeah.
I had a girlfriend in college that she went to Bloomsburg University, which is right in the heart of the state. And I would have to drive through the most mountainous towns you could ever. Pennsylvania is really weird because like on either side of the Blue Ridge Mountains, it's flat and hilly. And then Blue Ridge Mountains, it's like the Midwest all of a sudden.
Yeah.
You drive on roads that are like clinging to the side of a mountain.
Yep, twisty, turny. If you get motion sick, you're going to vomit on them.
Over the winter, there will be like 100-foot-long icicles dangling over the roads.
Yep. They don't melt until like July.
There was one winter I was trying to drive up to see her, and I actually got turned around and had to go back because the highways had frozen over and people were getting trapped in their cars.
Oh, jeez.
Pennsylvania is not known for that kind of extremity.
Yeah, usually we're not too bad of a winter unless you get up by like Erie where they get the lake effect snow.
Right.
Which is why I didn't go to medical school up there.
You didn't want to deal with all that?
I told my dad when I was going up there, I was like, I'm going to need to buy a snowmobile to get to school every morning. That was enough.
Can't afford it.
No.
Yeah, I was up in Buffalo in April one year. It was the end of April. It was nearly May. And on my way back, I drove through Erie and it snowed. Yep. It was nearly May.
Sounds about right.
That's really bizarre.
Yeah, I got lucky. I never got up there when there was snow, so I was like, okay. But yet, I was in Philadelphia for the 60-inch storm they got.
When?
Do you remember that one from a couple years ago?
Yes, I was on my way to New York City that day.
Yeah, I was driving back down for school. I missed the first 20 inches. I got the last 40. I was there, finally got my car cleaned off. School opened up again. As I'm driving down the road, I pull up to an intersection, and there's literally a pile of snow on my left that's 4 times the height of my car. Right, there's a side that's 4 times the height of my car, and then there's a road, and I can't see anything coming. And I have to make a left-hand turn onto this road from a stop sign. And you're driving down, and you see, like, the cars in there who are buried, and every day the snow comes, and you just see the car get more and more and more buried, and they never undug it.
That's crazy. You and I live so close together that our paths could have crossed at multiple points. But how did you actually find my videos and me?
I actually got started with the, it was actually, what was it? Ev Money TV was moving up in the thing for, I guess, partnership or something like that.
Yeah, he was in the Next Up competition.
Yeah, that's what it was. And he got his video got featured on my feed. And at that time, I just watched whatever. And I clicked on his videos, and the first one was like, how to greet people. And, of course, I died laughing because it was all about introducing yourself, and I was getting ready for interviews at this time for where I'm working now. And I was like, oh, this is too funny. So I started watching more and more of his videos.
I love his videos are very funny.
Yeah, they're hysterical. I show them to tons of people. And I said, okay, I'm going to subscribe. And what I didn't know is when you subscribe to people, because I never subscribed to anybody before on YouTube, was that when they like something, it came up on my bar.
Right.
I was like, okay, he likes this, he likes this, he likes this. And eventually, this video came up. There was a Minecraft video called Survive or Die. And I was like, I had to come in the early 20s probably.
Okay.
And I clicked on it, and I'm like, okay, I've seen him, because I'm sure you've seen this Minecraft video. I'm sure everybody has. The one where the guy sets his house on fire trying to build a fireplace.
Yep.
Yeah, that was the first Minecraft video I ever saw. Burst out laughing, could not stop crying for like 10 minutes. It was so funny. That's when you know it's a good laugh. And make fun of me if you want, but it was good. And then I'm like, oh, it's Minecraft. I'm like, I think I know what that game is. I've heard of it. And then I watched the video. I'm like, this is interesting. It's already got like a background to it. I was like, okay, and whatever. And I was kind of off on my way. And he liked another one. I was like, oh, it's a series. Because I didn't really like pay too much attention to the title. I just watched videos and move on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, so how? And then I started watching like first video, next video. I'm starting to watch him more and more regularly. I'm like, hey, this is a good series. I'm like, I should start from the beginning. So I went all the way back to the beginning to find out how you got there. And of course,
there's like 2 deaths on the way to episode 20, wherever you started.
And like, I'll never forget the first one. Like, it's like you're just doing something, and you happen to fall. And I'm like, no. Because I'm like, how do we get to episode 20 if he dies?
I can't wait to see what happens when I die for the first time in Survive or Die 2, and all these new people see it happen for the first time. They're going to be like, oh, wait, he was serious about deleting the world?
Yeah, because I had no clue what hardcore mode was. I never actually played the game before. Just watching for fun. You fell off like in the nether or something. This huge fall in the lava. And I was like, what happens now? And all of a sudden, there you are in a brand new spot with nothing. I'm like, no. What happened in the world? Like, I had no clue how it worked. And then eventually, I started watching. I was like, this actually looks fun. And I start. I'm like, and I look at the price. I'm like, it wasn't that much. I forget how much Minecraft is. It's not that much money.
It's 25 now. It was probably, when you found it, it might have been 20 or less.
I think it was less still. It wasn't that much when I got it. I was like looking at it going, I pulled it up. I'm like, a Friday or something. I was like, maybe. And this was back when the what was that? The Pippa and Sopa thing
Right.
where they shut down so the next day I went to go buy it and they shut down the site that day. That was, they had nothing to buy it. I was like, I guess I could wait another day. Finally got the game and got into the world. I was like, so this is Minecraft. I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? Because I had no clue. I watched the videos, but I didn't remember what you did to get started.
Right.
So I was like, okay. I'm like, there's something like. So I pause the game, I back out, so I go looking for tutorials, and that's when I found Paul Sawyer.
Paul Suarez.
Yeah, who everybody watches.
Everyone watches Survive and Thrive for the first time.
Yeah, that's what it was. So it goes, episode 1, punching a tree. That's what I did, and then I got my little hidey hole, and I was all excited. I was like, I'm sitting in a dirt hidey hole, I'm digging, I'm like, all right, this is cool. And then I got hooked from that moment on, and it was all thanks to you.
Yeah, I've seen a number of commenters on Survive or Die who have told me that series single-handedly made them buy Minecraft, which makes me feel kind of weird because it's a game that I complain so much about, but I do like it in so many ways.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love playing it. I got home last night. I was on call till 8, didn't finish till 9. Came home. I usually go to bed at 9:30 because I wake up like 4:45 in the morning for work. And I played it until about 10:15, 10:30 just to relax. Which, playing Minecraft is not too relaxing sometimes.
You can put it on peaceful. That's what my wife does.
Yeah, I don't ever do that. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I go in the cave. I'm like, I hear like the skellies and spiders and franks. I'm like, do I want to go in there? There sounds like there's a lot of them. I'm sitting there like slowly peeking out.
I remember in beta, you could hit F3 and see just how bad it was ahead of you because you could see all the little IDs over their heads.
Okay.
So if there were like 20 mobs down there, you could tell, or if it was just like 3.
Yeah.
Now they don't let you get away with that.
Right. Now you have no clue. You're just going by noises thinking, I think I hear 3. And that was really what got it started. So I started with Minecraft, and then I was like, that got me to subscribe. And then I got then I found, I think it was 5 Things Next.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, this is cool. It's once a week show. I'm like, I'm learning, seeing some new things, going and checking out the links. And then I found, I think just the 5 Things News channel. Then I subscribed to the gaming channel because it wasn't originally at the gaming channel. And then I found the drum channel, so I subscribed to that one too, and I get everything.
You've got my entire evil network.
My
time
feed,
suck.
Yeah, my feed in if you look at my YouTube page, it's like right now, it's the most recent drum video, the Hermitcraft video. I have to watch the this is a Minecraft video, and then. I think I got Psychonauts below that I have to watch still because I was on call yesterday, which is a great series. And I quote at work, and people are like, "Don't get it," and I'm sitting there laughing. I even did that with Croc when you played that. I quoted that a couple of times for some things.
What, were you trying to push a block and it wasn't working somewhere?
I've done that. I've been I went to go scare somebody, and I went, "Yaha!" I was like, "What the? No! What are you doing?" And they looked at me. I was like, "Forget it. I pretend I didn't say that."
It's a weird thing this guy does.
I was like, "Yeah, it's a thing from a video game." Like, really? I said, "Yeah." Of course, then the one person I was talking to today really disappointed me. Because we mentioned Kirby.
Yeah.
Because the one person, they spelled his name wrong. His last name wrong. They go, what? They said Kirby. I said, no, he's not pink and round.
Yeah.
And then the person's like, who's Kirby? And of course, all of us just stopped and looked at him like, how do you not know who Kirby is? You have kids, right? He's like, yeah. I was like, how do you not know who Kirby is?
Yeah, they're still putting out Kirby titles.
All the time.
Getting back to Minecraft. Do you know, are you in any way a redstone person? I'm just finally getting into it, mostly because of my participation on the Hermitcraft server. I basically have to.
Yeah, I've always wanted to learn it. I've just never really, I don't know. I don't even know how to describe, like, cause I don't know, like, I see these big contraptions people build with them. I'm like, that's really cool. I'm like, I can never do that. I can't design a house that's not a box.
Right. I think I'm to the point now where I don't want to build giant things that do non-Minecraft, like make a giant guitar or something. What I want to use it for is like just basic stuff like mob traps and like there's a wheat generator on the Hermitcraft server that you just stand in front of it, put down your seed, then it spits bone meal at you. You use bone meal, then you knock it down. Then it spits a seed to you. Then you put that down. Then you put a piece of bone meal, and you just stand there and do this circle forever. And it's just a little redstone contraption. And
wow.
That's really like that completely replaces your wheat farm.
That's really cool because I have a huge wheat farm that took me a lot of building.
And it's right beside the skeleton spawner, so you can just harvest all the bones you need for the bone meal right beside it.
Oh, nice.
So that's the kind of stuff that I think I can finally start to get behind.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be helpful.
Especially since I'm not allowed to spawn items anymore.
Right. Yeah, I had to destroy your tunnel. I felt bad. Saw it all wrecked. I was like, oh, man.
I think anyone who's been a fan of mine for some time was just like, what's the big deal? But all the new people were like, what are you doing? Destroying the integrity of this server. And
yeah,
I'm
because
like,
you built
sorry.
one.
I even that tunnel took me a long time. It still took me like an hour to make.
I believe it.
I just didn't have to go find the resources, which I still haven't found. I've wandered around in that nether for a little while, and I can't find a stronghold. And I asked if anyone has found a blaze spawner, and everyone has just said kind of randomly, like no one has set up a farm for them or anything yet.
Okay.
Because I want a blaze spawner so that I can make one of those. Is it a nether chest or an ender chest?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't even gotten down there yet.
There's a. Do
1.3.
you know what it does?
No. Oh wait, can't you can take a bunch of stuff in it as one thing, right?
You can open it anywhere, and it will have the same inventory anywhere you open it.
Okay.
So you can open it in the nether, or in the real world, or the end, or in any location in any of them.
Okay.
It's basically like an extra backpack that you can just take around.
Oh, nice.
That is really cool. I like that.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And when you're on a server, you can only see your own inventory. So you can use other people's chests because it'll still just show you yours.
Okay.
I think ever since Dinnerbone has joined the Mojang team, we've seen some very interesting additions that were actually gameplay focused instead of just aesthetic. It is the weekend of my birthday, and for my birthday, my wife gave me the awesome idea. I suggested that we watch Shawn Pilgrim is what I was going to say. I suggested that we watch Scott Pilgrim on my birthday because it's just, I freaking love that movie. It's so much fun. And a lot of my favorite movies, I would say, are more depressing or sad. Like, I really like beautiful, sad movies.
Okay.
So Scott Pilgrim is a movie that is fun without being tragic in any way.
Right.
So I suggested that, and she said, well, tonight, why don't we watch Hot Fuzz? And I was like, that's the same director, right? Edgar Wright, like the whole... And she was like, oh, I actually forgot that. That's cool. Let's do that. So I think we're going to watch Hot Fuzz tonight, Scott Pilgrim tomorrow, and we're going to watch Shaun of the Dead and round out the whole Edgar Wright thing on Saturday.
Nice.
They're working on what will be the end to the trilogy with Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and this new movie called At World's End, I think.
Okay.
Now I want to look it up. It's going to be like about the world's most epic bar crawl.
Nice.
Like these two friends have always wanted to do this, and they tried it once, and it didn't work out. And now they're going to try it again. Okay,
Cool.
yeah, here it is. The World's End. It will come out next year, and the poster for it, I'll make sure to include in the link dump, has the names of all of the pubs that they need to get to.
That is great.
This is pretty funny. So it's the first post, the old familiar, the famous cock. What? The cross hands, the good companions, the trusty servant, the two-headed dog, the mermaid, the beehive, the hole in the wall, and the world's end.
Nice.
And then after that, I think Edgar Wright is slated to work on Ant-Man.
Never heard of it.
It will be his contribution to the Marvel comic universe.
Okay.
It's I don't know if it's definitely happening, and it's still kind of like it's all just based on rumors and speculation. And I know that one of the people that everyone has been itching to play Ant-Man is Nathan Fillion from Dr. Horrible and Firefly fame.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he's got the right kind of like sardonic wit that they want for that part.
Nice.
He's also been a fan favorite to play the character from Uncharted, but that ship has come and gone.
Okay.
Did you play any of the Uncharted games?
No, not those ones.
There were a couple games that I would like to play on PS3, and Uncharted, I would love to play that series. I would like to play Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
I played the God of War games on the PS2, and I would love to play the newer ones because I really like those gameplay mechanics.
I think, what did I have for my PlayStation? It's been a while. Aside from my brother's football games, obviously.
I don't think I never got into any sports games except I played the Bigs.
Yes, I played that one.
I feel the same way about racing games. I prefer like arcadey style.
Oh, me too.
Like if a sports game has a bunch of arcade style gameplay elements, that will interest me. But if it's like an attempt to make a super realistic version, I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't even like football.
Yeah. Like I play the Madden games, and like they come out, I get them, I play through like 2 seasons, like within like a couple of months. I'm like, okay, I want to play something else now.
I played the Bigs, and it feels like a video game that happens to be baseball.
Yeah. That one was really good. I like that one a lot. And then, of course, you got the big Halo game coming out, Halo 4. Cannot wait.
I know. I skipped the Halo Anniversary Edition, and I would still like to play it just because it looks amazing. Like, such a cool conversion.
Yeah.
But I will definitely buy Halo 4.
Oh, me too. I already got it, trying to save the money for it, which shouldn't take too long.
Do you know anything about the Halo like universe? Do you keep on tabs on that at all?
I have Halo 3, ODST, Reach, and the Anniversary Edition.
Okay. So you're plugged in.
Oh, yeah, and I'm terrible at them, but I still play it.
Yeah, I'm not... I got pretty good at Reach multiplayer, but it felt kind of like... I have the same kind of luck with bowling. I'll have like a really good game, and then the next one is awful.
Yeah, that's how I am with Halo. It's a lot of misses and then a big hit. I'm like, all right. Everyone's like, oh, we want to be on this guy's team, and then they go like 1-8.
Yeah, I'm definitely not consistent, and if it's just like a free for all deathmatch or something, I'm never number one. That is.
Oh yeah. No, I always
area.
end up with like the assault rifle, and if I get lucky, like a BR that I'm okay with.
You'll have like one spree of sword killings, and you'll feel awesome, and then one guy will head tap you, and you're done.
Yeah, and then I can't ever get back.
Right.
That's the reason I play with my cousin, because he's really good at sniping, so I always have somebody to help protect me.
Yeah, that's fun.
That's what I do. I'm like, Lord, when I come after me, it's like 2 of them. I'm like, hey, you guys, you're suckers. And all of a sudden one gets picked off, and then I still get killed anyway.
By your cousin?
No, he won't. He doesn't. He only got me a couple of times. That's because I made a stupid mistake. But usually it's like I can attack somebody first, and I still won't win.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Like I don't know what it is.
My problem is usually I switch to melee too early. I won't have
Yeah.
like a full clip in, and I'll empty my clip and start punching them, and they're still shooting me, and then I'm dead.
Yeah, I empty a clip, and my problem is that I, for some reason, no matter how much I know this, I don't switch to my backup.
Right.
I will empty a clip and I'm like, oh, beat you down, and then they're still there. I'm like, I'm reloading, and I wait for my gun to reload. And I'm like, and I get killed. Like, why? Hit the Y button.
You've got more guns.
Works. Yeah, it never works. I walk around with all this. I'm like, I got shotguns as a backup, and I refuse to pull it out.
Yeah, there's a reason I have not really LP'd like competitive first person shooter games, because I wouldn't be able to stand the torment in the comments. People people would not be a fan.
Yeah, they'd be relentless to me. Like, I play games. My cousin's like, Chris, he's to your left. I'm like, who? You didn't see him? No, I turn around and there's two of them walking at me.
Is someone talking to you?
No, my cousin's yelling for my brother. Hold on. Hey, I'm recording in here.